Apply. Subject to credit approval.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's the weekend.
Warriors. Warriors coming to play.
Yeah, here we go.
You're live.
Well, good Saturday morning, everybody. We're broadcasting live from the Weekend Warrior Studios in beautiful Peoria, Arizona. I'm Ralph Romano, alongside my partner in crime, the legend, Neil Lynch, and, of course, the legendary Philip Amron in the control room. And this is the Weekend Warriors.
Hey, everybody, get involved in the show today. We'd love to hear from you on this beautiful mid-August morning, Saturday morning, in the Phoenix Valley or wherever you may be listening. So hit us up on the Fanatic text line. That's 888-368-1580. Or comment on our live social media streams. That's X, that's YouTube, and that's Facebook.
And here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
We got Hefty Lefty on the text line right away. It says, my brain's going to be confused in a few weeks. I'm going to hear that Dak Prescott cadence and think it's 10 a.m. on a Saturday. Yeah, we're gonna.
That's true. Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
you're gonna be on the broadcast. You're gonna listen to Tony Romo going, "I don't know, Jim. I don't know," or you can hear Chris Collinsworth going, "Now here's a guy." Patrick Mahomes is in bed next to me and told me that he really anyway.
He's in bed.
But yeah, so you're gonna hear Dak Prescott and you're gonna be like, "What? Weekend Warriors? What's going on?
What's going on?"
I appreciate
the best show on 1580. The Fanatic is going on.
That's all
right.
we are.
That's
right.
it. Just that.
By the way, Phil. So I have a tradition of commenting on Phil's outfits that he wears.
I
His
do
fit.
it before you comment, and this is not fair because I was very busy prior to the start of the show, because that's
It's a
normally
fit
where
check.
you get your observations, your summarizations of all this. This is the first time, I want to say ever, in the history of Weekend Warriors that I have come to the studio in shorts.
Oh, I thought he was going to say naked.
Oh, no. Well, you can see
Well,
that
he's
that's
clearly
not
not naked, at
I'm-
least not from the
exactly.
waist up.
Halfway, I'm not naked, but no,
So
I'm wearing
so-
shorts.
Fit check.
Please
Oh my
sit
God,
down.
do the fit check.
That one was for you, Neil.
So Phil looks like a Goomba on a summer early evening somewhere in New York City, and he just opened up the fire hydrant so the neighborhood kids could play in it. That's what you look like.
That's a small hose too.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh, here. And
Careful, everyone's
here we
getting
go.
sprayed. Watch out, Mrs. Reynolds. Watch out. Coming for you, baby.
It's weird now that we have this new setup. I can, Phil can see us.
It is very weird. I
Right?
feel much closer to you gentlemen.
Do you?
Before it was like I
Okay,
got
that's a little
to
awkward,
kind of be
guys.
this little narrator in the back, somebody who set you straight. But now I actually have to see when I hurt your feelings, Ralph. I get to see when a joke lands for you, Neil, and you start clapping. Like it's very different,
It is very different.
Well, let me hurt everyone's feelings. Let's start off with the
good.
Let's start off with the WNBA. That'll hurt everyone.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Here we go. So the WNBA players rejected a proposal from the league that would have sharply increased salaries. They were going
Hang on a second. Did they block that? Did they block that proposal like players block Angel Reese's layups?
No, but they indirected. They
We need an
rejected
air horn, dude. We need a sound effect.
a 4x increase that would have jumped their minimum salary from $66,000 to $250,000, with a maximum that was now at $250 could have went to $1 million. Right?
Whoa.
They said, here's their response to that. This offer is a slap in the face. Slap in the face. It's insufficient because you know what? We want part of the revenue. What revenue?
There is revenue. I mean, especially since where there will
There's
be
revenue. There's also
It's just no
expenses. There's also expenses.
But they want a big chunk of the league revenues. They want to be not at the 50% the NBA has, but they want a higher than 10%. It's like you just got offered this huge raise in a company that makes no money. And your argument is that's not good enough. That's a slap in the face. So what do you guys think? I want to throw it out there. You know how I feel.
So I think it's interesting. This is again, without sounding like an apologist for the WNBA Players Association. I get it. I know that the goal they want to from a percentage perspective, they want to be on par with the guys, with the NBA. Obviously we're talking about, revenue versus revenue. Now if you're going to be an accountant and get real picky about it, they said revenue, not profit, right? So when you talk about revenue,
Yes, they deserve
so from that perspective, I can see where they want that. And they've been saying, and again, now we're getting into the nuances of negotiation. It's all the way negotiations always go is that both sides take an extreme position to start, usually, not always, but usually, and then they work backwards from there to meet in the middle somewhere. To keep saying, at some point, from a negotiating perspective, you have to stop saying slap in the face constantly.
Yeah.
Because if you don't get exactly what you want, it isn't a slap in the face. All right. I know, as much as you may think it is, I'm talking from a negotiating tactics perspective. So don't come at me, you wacko fans out there. But I think that if they would have worded it differently, if they would have come publicly and said, you know what, it's a start, but we really want more. We demand those. Like, use it as a way of really reiterating. Listen, and here's the thing: there is the court of public opinion is going to play a factor into this one way or the other. And the problem is right now is that the court of public opinion is so polarized that there's no way they're going to be effective. And all they're doing, I mean, to me, I don't think it's a good move for the Players Association because change is going to happen incrementally, most likely. Okay. It is what it is. So I think that the negotiating tactics are not great in here as far as the nuances of it. I can go either way on that stuff.
Phil,
Anyway.
let me ask you this, Phil.
Okay.
So I understand that. So I just gave you a 400% raise as a business owner, right? So you make $60,000 a year. I just gave you $240,000.
Absolutely.
Right. Not that I'm going to say you absolutely deserve it, because you're just that guy.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
But now you're saying, give me more of the revenue. Now, as a business owner, I need that revenue to not only pay your salary, but to pay all the expenses. And it's not even covering those expenses. I'm losing money, right?
Yeah.
But you want some more of that. Is that fair?
100%. But you see, when I'm the elephant in the zoo, and you're saying, hey, instead of the one peanut that I'm giving you for lunch every day, I'm going to give you 400 times that
4
percentage.
peanuts.
I'm giving you 4 peanuts. And I'm saying it's a little fair at the elephant to say, you know what? Since everybody wants to see Dumbo flying through the arena, because I've got magical ears, or in this case, a magical hose that everybody wants to come see. Well, we're talking about the bodega over there. In that case, then I kind of want a percentage of the gate. I kind of want a percentage of what it all is. I think it is a little bit ludicrous that we are upset of not saying why is the WNBA the only league specifically that is being relegated to just getting paid a set salary. None of the other professional sports leagues that don't involve women, whether it be the MLB, whether it be NBA, NHL. All of those revenue sharings currently are around 50%. WNBA currently is at like 9.7.
9.3%.
Yeah, 9.3%. So to say that they are at a fifth less, to even go beyond to some degree, I think that is the happy medium, Ralph, is to where you go to let's share revenue. I think currently even they're only asking for, I think, around 30%. And even then I think I'm highballing. I think that they're asking for like 23%.
I think that's correct.
Yeah. So they're not even asking to get paid the same if we're even going to just revenue sharing.
Okay.
But so I think that's where the compromise is, because it says, hey, if there's revenue to be shared, let's share that. We're not even looking to get paid on the same level. We understand that we're not at the same level of the NBA. We're not at the same level of even the NHL or a league that generates less revenue. We want just to share in the profits of everything else. You guys have made an investment where you get your money now. If you are so despondent, if you are so bereft of any funds coming into it, go ahead and make good on your investment. You paid $10 million for the New York Liberty. Go ahead, sell it now at $317 million. That's your 30%. Go enjoy, or 30x times your money. Go ahead and enjoy that.
But I get what you're saying, but you're asking for a piece of my revenue when I'm losing money.
Exactly.
I can't even afford to pay your salary technically,
Ralph.
but you want more.
Ralph, back in the day, the NFL was and the NBAs were run by the local car salesman. Was run by the made good NFL player Jerry Richardson of the Carolina Panthers, where it's
Right.
like, oh, you know what, let's give it to you. And eventually, now we're getting to the point where the Lakers are being sold not to local Jerry Buss, who came together and was a real estate broker and then
And
made good,
scrounged, yeah.
and scrounged up all of his money. No, we're talking about corporations that are running the
Right.
Lakers as if they are a part of your
Agreed.
business 500. So times are changing. So it's not it. Yes, the WNBA used to be at one point. Now we are at a point where it is a viable business, whether or not
Is
it's
it?
It is. It is.
But it's still losing money.
It's not. It's still losing money.
It will lose money this year.
But the valuations are such that we all know how this goes, where it's all everybody wants to put their money and invest their money into sports. It is seen as a growing business. It is a part of something.
and that's true. And that's across the board, youth sports in particular.
Yes.
Yeah, there is a growing sport. I would say that I think that, I mean, just this is, I'm just spitballing here, but I think one of the problems with the situation right now is that they're tied to the NBA. I
Yes.
think it's a much easier conversation to have if you're able to separate those two entities, and then the WNBA can stand on its own.
But
It
it
can
can't.
go into debt on its own.
It is
right?
a very
Like,
unique
that's
situation.
fine.
Like the NBA is not dependent upon the NHL to come together almost in a weird pseudo apples to oranges collective bargaining agreement that one is sort of separate, but it's not. But it also depends on the business side of the NBA, and then the NBA itself is kind of shady with giving out numbers. It is a very unique. You're correct on that, Neil.
But I think he's correct. But I also think that if that did happen and they separated, the WNBA would probably be out of business in 3 to 4 years because they're not making money. They're losing 60 million or more a year.
Well, then
So they would just fold.
riddle me this, then, Ralph. Why are the players, the exact same players, if anything, just less than? Why are those players able to make successful leagues not only across and abroad in Europe, but also homegrown leagues that played prior to the start of the NBA?
About unrivaled. That's what you're
Unrivaled,
talking
yes.
about.
Okay, so in Europe, it's because there's an audience for it, right? There's a huge audience for it in Europe. That audience doesn't exist here today. It just doesn't, right? So that's why the revenue is what it is, and it's so low. So it's not a fair comparison.
Yeah, I feel
The
like
appetite isn't for the WNBA. There's no appetite for it in this country right now. Not a huge appetite. It's a
there's a
small appetite.
much bigger appetite than it was.
Yeah.
And I think that
than it
that's,
was. Yes.
Yes, and I think that's, to me, it's like, let's take this opportunity to grow together, right? And
Agreed.
listen, as much as I have kind of poo-pooed the negotiating tactics of the WNBA Players Association, the ownership is culpable as well, because they're not hearing the concern, because they keep saying revenue share, and they say, okay, instead of coming back with an arbitrary number with a bunch of escalators and stuff, like like you said, it's 9% now. Let's have a graduated scale over the course of a couple of years to where it's going to get to a certain point, because the problem is you can't do it all at once.
Well, they might be offering that. We don't know yet.
We have, right. That's true. We have some of the people who are representing the Players Association who are completely out of touch with economic reality,
Absolutely.
who want it to happen instantly right now. They want to make Steph Curry money tomorrow, and that's just not going to happen.
It's just not
period.
realistic, right? Let's stop comparing the WNBA to the NBA. It's not a comparable league. Let's
Right.
stop that.
I mean-
they need to stop that today.
Because, I mean, it is absurd right now. There are a couple things that are just absurd on their face. It is absurd to have such brand recognition that Caitlin Clark does and that she generates for one specific league. And yet, and still, all she's making this year is $78,000. Like, we look at Diana.
Agreed.
Yeah, that is absurd on its
I think
face.
we all agree on that.
And like Diana Taurasi recently has come into fire. Recently retired Mercury legend, possibly
Yes.
has an argument for best WNBA player of all time. I will leave
sure.
that to the experts on
I'll
whether to
accept
debate.
Top
that.
5.
Yeah, top 5 certainly. I think unequivocally. She has recently come into heat. Recently coming into a discussion where she's on a documentary and has labeled herself as the friggin' janitor of the Mercury is making more than I am here, and I have to go to Russia to do it, and I have to go abroad and earn a living in order to do what I do, and to be a specialist and to be the best when it's in sports, and that is a very interesting dynamic there. I think that the point was correct. I think that utilizing the janitor was certainly not the best thing. So I think, Neil, to your overall point that I think is very astute, is that I
Ooh.
think that the marketing of how they are getting to this point, I agree with the point. I think that at times they have had very poor ways of going about it, such as saying, pay us what we deserve, pay us what you owe us, when they then go out to an all-star game and give less than zero effort.
And part of it too, to be fair, you know, the WNBA is not used to this level of media scrutiny. They have been able to operate kind of in the shadows for a long time. And so let's just be honest, a lot of these players and even the coaches aren't really media savvy like you would expect, like you see in the NBA or other professional sports.
Yes.
They're learning it now, in some cases the hard way. So I think that will work itself out over time. So that's going to be, I think we should look past a lot of the immaturity in some cases, because it's like if you put a kid into an adult situation, how are they going to respond?
Yeah,
like
you look
at
the NFL, each and every one of those rookies, like let alone all the veterans, they are all being coached, whether or not it's seminars, whether or not it's individually by the team, whether or not, especially if it's a quarterback, they get their own brand.
Well, unless you're Shedeur Sanders and you're just legendary.
Oh my gosh.
Well, to be fair to the owners, though, I mean, as the league has gotten a little bit more revenue in the last 2 years because of Caitlin Clark, what has happened? All of a sudden, teams are flying on planes and not taking buses.
Yes.
They're doing different things, right? So they are
meeting
fair.
the moment in that way.
Yeah, they're meeting that moment, and yet it's not getting recognized by that players union.
Yeah. Well, I think what Caitlin Clark should in response to that is, hey, listen, I'm helping you guys make more money. Quit assaulting me on the court every second of every game. How about that?
One last point here, Ralph, that I do think is a challenge specifically to you, who generally aligns yourself with the owners on these debates. I do. It's true. Tell me, Neil, is that unfair?
I have a business person.
You have a business
person. I tend to look at it from that aspect.
Exactly. Yes. So, but I do think it is one. I think is that the women specifically as a players union has their interest much more specifically isolated to their own best interest. Correct. So if we look over to that, I do think that there has been mismanagement in this league, much to Neil's point that it is so young and it is going through growing pains. Mm-hmm. I think that there's almost an argument to where the WNBA says, why on earth, even if I wanted to, why on earth would I give you a favor of giving you more revenue to grow the sport when I haven't completely wholly feel safe in giving you any of those resources, because you haven't been able to do nearly as much as you could. We look at the Valkyries in year one. In year one, they are whiz-bang off on their own, having phenomenal success and correctly utilizing it.
Correct.
That why has the WNBA as a league that has not existed just since Caitlin Clark, why have they not been able to move forward in such a way and brand themselves in such a way? Why have they needed a Caitlin Clark in order to do so when they've had equivalent talent in Diana Taurasi and Candace Parker? I think that's something that I think is a fair question to ask.
All right, let's do this. We're up against a break. We have a couple of texts on it. We'll catch up on the text when we come back. And then we're going to switch gears. I want to get into the MLB before we go all NFL, because that's where we're headed.
That's right.
NFL, baby. Weekend Warriors right here on 1580, The Fanatic. Kind of, sort of.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
The John Deere Gator XUV lets you cut, pack, drive, scout, weld, stack, feed, pull, load, tow, spray, and haul, all in a single day. Because with the highest cargo box volume in its class, customizable features, and a towing capacity of up to 4,000 pounds, it gets the job done. You just have to get in the seat. Learn more at your John Deere dealer or visit johndeere.com/GatorXUV.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news and interviews. Talk with coaches. Keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Arizona's future depends on a skilled workforce, and that's why students don't just learn at Pima JTED, they do. From healthcare to technology and construction to design, the JTED classroom model gets high school students ready for college, a career, or both, teaching them the skills Arizona employers need right now. Discover how Pima JTED students can support your business. Learn more at PimaJTED.org. That's PimaJTED.org. This message is sponsored by Potoff Private Philanthropy.
As we plan for our retirement, there are 4 questions we need to ask ourselves or our retirement planning advisor. How much? How long? How safe? And what cost? Let's start with how much. That is, how much income we think we'll need each and every year for the rest of our lives, including all the activities we want to enjoy during our retirement, like travel, recreation, and entertainment. Plus the cost of housing, including repair and maintenance, taxes, insurance, and utilities, as well as the cost of health care, including expenses not covered by Medicare.
Enjoy safe, secure lifetime income of 5 to 9% for life, depending on age and deferral period, with no fee deductions and no annuitizing. Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so let's compare free in Scottsdale. For more, visit IQannuity.com, IQannuity.com, IQannuity.com.
Burn in hell, Lakers! Burn in hell, Lakers! Shut the hell up, Ralph!
1580, The Fanatic.
Baby, I'm howling for you.
It's the Weekend Warriors on 1580 The Fanatic. And why was that in there?
I can just say that was not me.
That was weird.
That was Jeffrey, wasn't it?
I think God is having fun with it.
If you had some comments about what we've been talking about, or want to talk about, or want to suggest other topics for us to discuss, we're very open to that. Get involved in the show. Hit us up on the Fanatic text line. That's 888-368-1580. Or comment on our live social media streams on X, on YouTube, and on Facebook.
All right. Bitter Dolphins on the text line. And he sent a picture of one of the Wayne's brothers. And he's at like a basketball press conference with his jacked up face. And it says, Angel Reese wants more airtime. That's kind of funny.
Wow. That's harsh.
Sir Drives a lot on the text line.
Wrong, so that was harsh.
Ralph is right. You can't have a portion of something that isn't there. I mean, that's my whole point. It's not there to give right now. They kind of remind me of some of the people that work for me. And I told them this week, I said, AI is coming. So I don't know that it'll apply to the WNBA, but I did find AI to do something.
That'll apply to you.
Yeah, not me. But
Phil, can we replace him with AI? Can we have an AI chat bot? Call it Ralph.
Yeah, all it'll
Ralph
do is
GPT.
It'll repeat what you said, but
we're not going to talk NFL yet, but it was funny because we have the Browns game on in the studio here, and we looked up and it was just kind of shocking to see the Browns drive right down the field against the Eagles, defending champs, with Dylan Gabriel, a real quarterback, behind them, and they scored a touchdown right away. But we'll talk about
I'll
that
have to
later.
check out the stats. Yeah.
You check out his 4 for 4 on that drive.
We'll get the full context. Yeah.
4 for 4, 29 yards, full context. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. I'm sure.
So somebody commented on the quote. They said, "Hello, Ralph, Neil, and Philip. What is the WNBA?" Well, fair
Who's
enough.
that? Is that
that was Gilbert Welch?
Oh, that's Blissful Hayes.
Look, WNBA is not
Blissful
for everybody.
Hayes. Sorry, I didn't mean to use your real name out there.
Morning,
Blissful
Blissful Hayes.
It's not one of the top 4 leagues. It is where it is, but it's just saying, hey.
Everybody pretend like you didn't hear that name. So
Yeah.
Blissful Hayes.
Well, it shows up as his name on the screen here.
Yeah, so we it's all right.
I think we both made our points about the WNBA.
Yeah.
You made your point from somebody who's younger and doesn't understand what it takes to build a business. I made my point from somebody that understands business and what it takes to actually make
And I'm
money and not
keeping
lose
you-
it. And Neil stood neutral like Sweden.
I keep
So-
you two separated. How about
it works
How
out.
about Switzerland? I don't think
Switzerland,
Sweden's
yeah.
very
This
neutral.
is the Weekend Warriors,
I think
right?
Switzerland is neutral, not Sweden. Where'd you get Sweden?
Depends
from?
what part of Sweden you go to.
Well, at least he
What
didn't
are
go
you
like
you've never been there, clearly. Okay.
You don't know that. I bought Swedish magazines when I was young.
"Oh,
Anyway.
it's just fit."
Oh my god.
Anyway, I think
This
we've
is
made
what I
our
have to
points.
put up with
Let's
every
let's
day.
switch to the MLB. I really want to talk a little bit of MLB before.
Do
we
you
get to
really?
the
I wonder
yeah.
what's going on in the Major League Baseball.
Can we just talk real quick before I talk about your thing? Can we? Jen Powell.
Before we talk about your thing.
The Jen,
my thing.
Jen
It's my
Powell,
thing.
the first female umpire
Yeah.
that made her debut last week, and we
Yes.
all praised her last
Yes,
week.
absolutely.
Her thing.
Man,
Let's talk about her thing.
Jen, let's talk about your thing, because you've got a thing. Can we stop?
You started it. What do you mean stop?
But
Yeah,
I didn't mean it.
Neil,
in that
can you
way.
stop, please?
I didn't mean it in that way.
Oh,
Yeah.
please.
So she makes her historic debut.
Yes, she does.
First pitch, 6 inches outside the strike zone.
It was like CB.
Strike.
It was like a CB Buckner strike call.
It was
horrible.
Angel
She's
Hernandez.
settling
dude.
right on it, isn't she? That's
Yep,
fantastic.
she's making
I
her mark.
made it to the big time. Let's screw
And
this
you know,
up.
here's the thing. Listen, no fault on her. She decided I'm going to call the first pitch a strike. I don't care if it goes over the catcher's head. I am calling it a strike. That's so good for her. That's fine. I don't care.
They took the ball and they put their little stamp on it, and I guess it goes into the Hall of Fame. I guess is what they're going to do. With
Yeah,
that, which is
I mean
really
it
cool.
should. Why not?
And I saw the stats. I thought I had them on me. I don't, but just to be fair to her, I think she was 94.4% accuracy the rest of the game.
Okay,
So she had a really good game.
that's not
Just
bad.
little jitters on that first. We can't fault her for having those jitters,
Oh,
right?
of course,
So,
absolutely
but
not.
I just thought it was amusing because a lot of people made comments about it. They showed it on all the ESPNs. And
Oh
everything.
yeah. It was so
It just didn't have a good look, but you laughed at it. But
whatever.
was
It's her
fun. But
first.
She had a great game, 94.4%, I believe it was. But congratulations on breaking that barrier, and we'll move forward.
And now she's now back in the minors, but she'll get called up. Well,
She was
no,
relegated.
well, no, she didn't. No, that was what was going to happen
know.
anyway. So it wasn't anything she did.
No,
So-
she did it. She was
so
relegated.
she'll be back. She'll call some more games. She'll eventually work her way into the full time MLB side. So good for her.
So Neil, let's talk about your thingy.
Okay, my thingy. So very quickly, I don't want to belabor it because I talked about it way too much a couple weeks ago. But so as we all know, the Minnesota Twins have been a personal project of mine. And a couple weeks ago,
Yes.
I called for, after the trade deadline where the Twins got rid of 40% of their active roster, I called for the fans to
Sell the
to sell the
team.
team.
Sell the team.
I called for that. And that first game back, nobody did it.
You were mad.
I was very upset. I
You
was
yelled
like,
at him.
He was rooting and
I was
cooting.
like, you know what? You all are so used to mediocrity that you just can't bring yourselves to it. Well, here's what happened.
They listened.
So I thought they snapped before, but Twins fans have officially snapped, and I have video evidence of it. So as some of you know, the Pohlad family, the family behind the demise of the Twins in the last decade or whatever,
Those are some
ever
bad-looking twins.
ever since the 91 World Series. Oh boy, what are you doing here? Anyway, so the Pohlads decided they're not going to sell. They're going to take a couple of minority owners basically to get rid of their debt or to take care of their debt, but they're not going to sell the team. And so finally, Twins fans are outraged.
We are outraged. We are outraged.
The reaction from fans on social media, even from media establishments in the Twin Cities, has been categorically up in arms. They have finally officially truly snapped. In fact, there is a video clip. Their first home game back after the Pohlads announced they were going to sell the team. They were showing a clip from the post-game show where they have former Twins catcher Tim Loudner as the commentator for the post-game show. And in the background, the chant "Sell the team" was so loud that it drowned him out. So good for you, Twins fans. You're finally getting it. This is your blueprint for the rest of the season and for all of next season until something changes. I want to hear those "Sell the team" chants loud and proud at least one point in every game. Good for you, Twins. You finally snapped. It's time to take action. It's time to mobilize. It's time to organize. It's time to chant, "Sell the team.
Sell the team.
Sell the team."
See,
All right.
Neil, that is the ignition point. See, that is where, Minnesota, that's Minnesota nice. They are just too nice to do it of their own volition. What you need, Yeah, well.
For the Minnesota, I don't buy that one bit. But go ahead.
What you need is just like that point to get them, because when is it that the NFL team, or when is it that unites all NFL fans? It is in draft day. As soon as Roger Goodell gets up there, everybody boos.
Everybody boos.
Everybody boos. When is it that everybody looks at and starts to boo at a Dodgers game? It's when they see Chris Paul of the Clippers. They just boo the hell out of him. So you just need somebody to be the focal point. And this very well could have been the moment where they start to believe and start to become a thing.
They finally decide to express themselves against the Pohlad family, which they
so Neil has started a movement.
I did not start anything. The Twins fans did it all.
No,
on their
Neil,
own.
a lot of movements start up there. So you started this one.
Okay, fine. I'll take credit for it. But ultimately, I think they did. I tell you what, it warmed the cockles of my heart.
Whoa.
Oh, that's a word. Look it up. Read a dictionary once in a while. Dude.
Are any of the
It warmed my heart to hear the fans drown out Tim Loudner while they were chanting "Sell the team." That to me, and it was so funny because he was trying so damn hard to not crack or not react to what was going on, and he was getting a little flustered. It was a thing of beauty. Okay, I'm done talking about it.
All right.
So text line. Let's go to text line. Baker's cocky hands on the text line says, "I'm surprised it took this long for a woman umpire. MLB is very inclusive. They have employed blind umps for years. Angel Hernandez,
Oh, yo,
that's a great.
That is fantastic.
Fantastic. Great text.
Well
Baker's
done.
I'm like, they're that included.
I think he's been sitting on that one. He probably thought of that a couple days ago, and he's like, I can't wait to put this on the Weekend Warriors.
Hefty Lefty's on the text line again says, "I'm waiting for her first ejection of a manager. I'm really hoping it's just most passive aggressive ejection in history." That'd be fun.
Oh man, yeah, that's
get out of my house. I mean my field. Anyway, all right, that's text line.
So speaking of the Dodgers,
were we?
We weren't speaking of the Dodgers.
The Los Angeles
We were speaking of the Neil Lynch movement, but go ahead.
You mean the Dodgers that are currently tied with the Padres for
Wow,
the NL West League after squandering a 9-game lead?
That is quite possibly the most optimistic way of just saying the Dodgers have absolutely Amber Hearded in the bed.
Whoa!
For the past week.
Whoa!
They have just been they've been on a bad streak, guys. They are what? Out of their last 10, 4-6?
12-20 since the All-Star break, I think it is.
Look at my face. I'm not concerned. Not
well, okay. So even if the Dodgers are a game out of the playoffs by the end of the regular season, we know Ralph will be picking the Dodgers to win the World Series. But let me talk to a level-headed Dodgers fan. Neil.
Yes.
So
scared Dodger fan.
So we're talking about a series, and it's a 6-game series. Well, it's not a 6-game series, but it's a six set of games that are coming up here with the Padres. That is more than likely going to determine the division, right? Like, and this is heading into this series.
Maybe.
Right. But the Padres, this is the latest that the Padres have led the division since 2010, I think was the stat leading into it.
Okay.
How important for each team is it to win the division? Because I believe that for the Dodgers, it doesn't matter that much.
Okay, so this is a good point. I agree with you. Given the history between the two franchises, I do think that it means a lot more to the Padres to win the division than it does
those
the
plucky
Dodgers.
little Padres.
Okay. No, I get that. I think, and I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to use those terms.
Do it right now.
Right, this instant, not later. Now,
open your ear
I
holes.
was very surprised. I was very surprised at how unenthusiastic the Padres looked last night. I know that they had King starting. He had injured. They had to basically have a bullpen game, and believe me, if anybody knows that, it's the Dodgers, how that works.
Oh, yeah.
And so I feel like that took a little wind out of their sails. I mean, I thought, listen, if there is ever a time for the Padres to waltz into Dodger Stadium with their brash and bravado and start, Schilt hitting batters left and right, like
start
this would be
salting
the
the
time
field
to
while
do
you're
it.
in the outfield.
Like seriously, I thought this would be the game. Like I thought they were going to come in with a lot more chutzpah, and they just didn't. It was really weird watching the game. The Dodgers were already uptight and very tentative throughout most of the game, waiting for the other shoe to drop, which thankfully last night it didn't. But it was a weird environment to watch, and I watched the whole game, but it was just weird to me. I felt like the Padres had an opportunity to really, you're going to stick a a stake in the heart of the evil Dodgers, and they just couldn't do it. Now we'll see. Tonight is Dylan Cease versus Blake Snell, which will be a fun matchup for
Cease
a couple
has
of
been terrible
reasons.
this year.
Well, that's what I mean, it's like
Snell got blown up his last out.
No, last start
no,
was
last
phenomenal.
Oh, I'm
was
thinking of 2 out.
phenomenal.
Sorry, forgive
no,
me.
but no, but still, I agree with you that this will because after this series or after these games between the two teams, the Dodgers have the easiest schedule the rest of the season, and the Padres have the second easiest schedule.
Yeah.
So assuming that both teams play up to their potential, and the Dodgers don't go on some inexplicable weird losing streak against the Rockies, which I'm such a skeptic sometimes. If that works out, then these games between these two will determine the outcome of the NL West, and it will determine the playoff standings. That I think the Padres are going to be in the playoffs. There's no doubt about it.
Right.
And again, like I said, it doesn't matter if the Dodgers were to somehow magically not make the playoffs. I think in some ways they might secretly prefer that, because then people are going to underestimate them slightly. Not the fans.
So
might, not
if they
the
weren't
teams.
to win the division, because you said if they weren't to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
He
if they
meant
weren't
division.
to make. Okay.
He meant
Cool.
division.
Okay. Just making
So-
sure. Ralph.
Yeah.
So I think we're both in agreement that it doesn't matter, whether or not the Dodgers win their division.
No.
But I think the one that how important for you would it be that the Dodgers get ahead enough to where they don't have to be in the wild card round, where they don't have to get the 3-game series? Because I think that coincidentally them winning the division would be something along those lines where they'd be in the race for that. But I think that is something that is important to them to some extent. Do you agree?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a fan of the teams getting the bye in baseball. It just hasn't worked out very well. I like when a team keeps playing personally. So again, none of this matters. It just doesn't. I mean, I'm serious, guys. I'm consistent, if anything, and I'm staying consistent with this. These LA guys. I'm on this group chat that Neil's on with all our LA friends, and they're all in the freaking out and stuff. I don't even get in the chat because I want to sit there and go, you guys just shut the hell up. There's nothing to be concerned about here. Just get over it. The Dodgers are fine. They're the most talented team in baseball. I get they're having their struggles here and there. It's a little weird this year, but even with all that said and done, when it gets into a playoff series and you have that rotation and you have that lineup,
assuming they make it.
Of course they're going to make it.
Assuming the rotation makes it.
Which I think it will, and it'll be rested, very well rested, because it hasn't pitched all year, right? So you're seeing it this weekend against the Padres. Kershaw has been phenomenal. He's been the rock.
I think we found him a spot this week, by the way.
But he's been doing this all year. I mean, he's 7-2. His ERA of the last month is like a 1. He's been phenomenal, right? You got Snell back today. Then you've got Glass now back, who's pitching Sunday. Then Yamamoto's throwing Monday. I mean, those are your guys. You got Ohtani, who I think should be in the bullpen, but he's throwing. You got Sheehan. This rotation is ridiculous. And in a playoff series with that rotation, and you're going to use some of those guys in the bullpen as well because you can't use them all. This team doesn't lose.
Yeah.
You're not going to beat this team.
Yamamoto
I get the fear of they're not scoring a lot of runs, and I get that. I really do. But I'm telling you, when we get into the playoffs and the juices get flowing, these guys will perform. Mookie Betts won't have the year he had, right? He's going to be better. He's been better the last, 3 weeks. Freeman's back on it. You're going to see that this is not an issue. For the Padres, what a lost opportunity last night. You could have taken a 2-game lead going into this, and that was a big screw up for them. There's more pressure on the Padres this weekend than there is the Dodgers.
I think it means the world for them.
Yeah, I think so.
And you've got Sasaki, who threw a rehab assignment 2 days ago. Kopech threw a rehab assignment. These guys, the bullpen, the Dodgers' biggest weakness right now is the back end of the bullpen.
Yeah.
Because everyone's hurt, but they're all starting to come back. They're all getting ready. And I'm going to say this. I told this to Neil. It's time to call up Ronan Kopp because he's killing it in AAA. Ronan, you need to come up. He is absolutely destroying it in AAA right now, and it's his turn.
So
6'8" lefty that throws almost 100 miles an hour in our bullpen. That would be a phenomenal thing to take a look at in September, and I hope they do that.
You know what that remind me of? If that happened, remind me of the moves. It would look like the Brewers, because the Brewers have a bunch of these young kids coming up just killing it. They don't know any better, so they're doing great.
The only team, in my opinion, that has a shot at dethroning the Dodgers, if they can keep playing at this level, is the Brewers.
Oh yeah, I mean
nobody else. Padre fans, go back in the corner. You're not going to do it. Mets fans, you guys, it's been a joke all year with Soto. It's not going to happen. Phillies fans, please. Milwaukee is the only team that has a shot. So if they keep playing the way they're playing.
Didn't Texas just sweep the Phillies?
I don't know.
That was crazy.
So Milwaukee's won 13 in a row.
Yeah, they
won 11 in a row before that.
They're unconscious.
If
right
they
now.
can keep this up going into the playoffs, It's going to be tough.
Brew Crew's
So
gonna be
weekly
tough.
weekly pulse taking. Ralph, 0 to 100, 100 being guaranteed World Series. Are you still at like 100, that confidence level that the Dodgers are going to that they're fine, everything's good?
Yeah, I'm still at 100.
Neil,
really am.
where are you? 0 to 100.
I'm at 85.
85. Okay.
And that number will go up as we get as I see them prove it the next couple of games. I'll be like, okay, I feel a little better about the prospects.
Okay.
All right, up against another break. When we come back, let's start talking NFL. I got some things I want to bring up, including I want to talk a little John Gruden. It's Weekend Warriors right here on 1580 The Fanatic.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
More fiber and laxatives, eh? Who are you? I'm future you. Future me? Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
The John Deere Gator XUV lets you cut, drive, scout, weld, and haul all in a single day. Because with the highest cargo box volume in its class, customizable features, and a towing capacity of up to 4,000 pounds, it gets the job done. You just have to get in the seat. Learn more at your John Deere dealer or visit johndeere.com/GatorXUV.
Jorge, let's bring the nail gun over here.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
To all my friends in Arizona, you don't need Gary Kaltbaum to tell you that your power costs are going up astronomically year after year. Last year, APS had a huge rate increase, which impacted so many families. This year, it's SRP's turn. There is a good chance that the federal solar tax credit, your hard-earned federal tax dollars that you will receive and that pays 30% of your solar system, may be going away at the end of December. But I'm here to tell you about the Solar Sandy solution. Don't regret not going solar now. The Solar Sandy solution strives to achieve zero power bills, or very close to zero. And for over 10 years, my friend Solar Sandy has been helping Arizona families and getting them the federal and state tax credit that helps pay for it. When those bills go up, there's nobody helping you pay your increased power bills. So go to AskSolarSandy.com. That's AskSolarSandy.com and fill out her kilowatt worksheet today. That's AskSolarSandy.com.
1580, The Fanatic.
Weekend Warriors on 1580 The Fanatic. Who that is? That's horrible.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, that's why it's horrible. Okay. Throw pops on the text line. I love this. This is a great. Okay, let's talk about this.
And then after the text, I have to tell everybody about the text. So read the text. I'll tell everybody how to participate, and then we'll get into it.
Good morning, gentlemen. So, here we go in the intro is Dak Prescott.
Here we
the
go.
The whole time I thought it was Fat Albert.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, can't wait for my Cardinals to open up a can of whoop ass on those Denver Donkeys.
Oh, before we respond to that,
there's a lot there.
Let's go ahead and let's make sure that you know how to participate. If you would like to expose yourself as not knowing the difference between Dak Prescott and Fat Albert, you can text us on the Fanatic text line. That's 888-368-1580, or comment on our live social media streams on X, YouTube, and Facebook. And let me warn you, be careful, because if you confuse Fat Albert for Dak Prescott, a soundbite that's been around for several years, we're not going to be merciful.
Here we go. Come on,
Sorry.
Silver Pops. Come on.
Seriously.
Really?
Seriously.
Fat Albert?
It's very non-specific to Dak, I feel like.
What are you talking
like,
about?
Again, I thought it was one of the people from the Goonies.
Oh, no. I mean, come on.
Are you kidding me?
You didn't know that was Dak.
I didn't know it was Dak specifically.
All right.
No.
So we're going to do a survey here of those of you listening and want to participate either on our comments on social media or on the text line. Who admitted? Did anybody else not realize that sound at the beginning of our show and our opening was Dak Prescott and his very famous quarterback cadence?
I had to call him and get permission to put that on there.
You did not.
You had to talk him
Dak had
man to
to
man,
know that.
Dak to
Dak didn't.
Dak
Oh
to
my
Dak.
goodness. No, he did not.
Well, I didn't. Yes, the guy's name was Dak Prescott. I don't know if it was the right one, but
Oh, just some guy did. Hey, can you use your clip? He's like, sure, buddy.
yeah, he sounded a little older. But I mean, I just figured it was him.
Oh boy, this is.
I'm surprised that people didn't know that. I mean, that when you watch a Cowboy game, you hear it. It's just like when Manning used to do his Omaha thing.
When Aaron Rodgers Blue 32, Green 18.
Or like when Gino would go, "Oh my God," because he's about to get hit. I mean, it's the same stuff.
Yeah, get used to let's hear what Sam Darnold.
Or Shedeur Sanders going,
legendary. Oh no, here it comes.
Oh, here it comes. Right
Come on.
here.
Hey,
Come on.
do it. Do it.
Do it.
Okay, fine.
Do it.
Legendary. All right.
I love that clip.
Let's get out of
What
fantasy
that-
real quick
that
and
sounder.
talk about reality.
Okay. Speaking of reality,
Phil, did you see this ruling? So John Gruden, is in a lawsuit. He's getting ready to get in this big lawsuit with the NFL about what happened to him a few years ago. And I guess the NFL was trying to do this in a private, non-public way. And he went to court, and the Nevada Supreme Court ruled 5-2 that John Gruden's case will not be through league's private arbitration process. It's actually going to be out in the public, the whole process. I think that's right. Is that correct, Neil?
yes, yeah. So
okay.
so they want it to be tried in a public court as opposed to
Right.
going to secret NFL arbitration, and the judges ruled in favor of
Right.
doing it publicly.
So he knows that the NFL they took him down. That this was a takedown.
Yeah, it was.
It was absolute
100%.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, Phil, being the younger guy with differing opinions sometimes. What do you think about this?
A couple thoughts here. First of all, I do think it is odd that out of all of the NFL correspondents, only Jay Gruden got stuck with the fallout. Right? It is odd that it just fell specifically on him
Or John.
Or John. Yes, I'm sorry. Both of them. I don't even know where Jay is now. But anyways,
Home.
John. Yeah, home. Thank you. But I do think it is odd for that to happen. I do think he's not necessarily innocent in this. I don't think he's actually even going to win this. What I do think he will do, though, is get a settlement from the NFL, because the NFL absolutely desperately does not want to open up the email list, does not want to open up themselves to oh God, what is that? Where they get to go and look through your dirty laundry. Discovery, yes. They do not want to subject themselves to that. Last time they did that, they found out that, everybody was colluding against Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson. So they do not want to do that. They do not want to open up their cupboards. I think that they will settle. All that being said, I do think John Gruden will never coach in the NFL again. I find it interesting that I think he could possibly go coach like in college and go coach, let's say, Arkansas, because they have no morals.
Oh my gosh, this is why Phil's going first.
Oh, because because they're the ones, they'll take Bobby Petrino, they'll take Cal Calipari over there. They don't give a hoot and nanny what you did.
Hoot nanny.
They'll take anybody down there.
Yeah.
Neil,
So yeah, I think that regardless of what you think about Gruden and what he actually did, because now let's be clear, Gruden's not the only one that talked like that in the NFL. Am I saying it's right? I'm not justifying the actions, but I'm also saying that it was pretty obvious that he was singled out because of some vendetta that the commissioner, Mr. Goodell, had against him. And so that's the part that's at issue here.
Right.
Gruden is not trying to say I'm not a horrible person or a racist or whatever I don't know whatever he said. I don't know what it was, but he's not trying to prove that he's not. He's just saying that he was unduly targeted. He was singled
It was
out.
a gay reference.
Oh, okay.
In 2 emails, they made a gay
And,
reference
and
about
also racial insensitivity.
Wasn't it
so-
about Michael? What's his name? The one gay football player. It was
Michael
about him.
Sam?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was about him. I believe.
Yeah.
I believe that's what it was.
But the thing is, this isn't
he
about
called them
that.
gay.
It's about the fact that he was singled out, and because I guarantee you, he's not the only one, and the NFL knows that, and that's why. And so I totally agree with you that I think they're going to settle. The fact this goes public, that puts him in the driver's seat. Now, will he ever coach again? That remains to be seen.
I think he will.
I don't know if that's the case or not. If he doesn't, I wouldn't be surprised. If he does, I wouldn't be surprised. So I just, part of me just loves the fact that we're going after the monopoly, the centralized kingdom that is the NFL. That warms those parts of my heart that I can't talk about because Ralph doesn't understand
big cockles.
the English language and gets he gets a funny feeling in his nether region when I talk about it. But
you keep your cockles on your side of the table.
That's weird. Okay. Anyway, so that's how I feel about it.
So I agree with you.
Not you, Phil. Me. Ha.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, I love to see somebody go after the big bad NFL.
Oh,
because,
yeah.
Because the bottom line is, if they were without stone, I mean, without sin, they wouldn't be able to. You know what I'm saying? It's the whole Bible reference thing. So they've got their skeletons in the closet. They've done a lot worse than these 2 emails about a gay person that was in the league. Whatever I don't really remember all the details, nor do I want to go into that stuff.
Right. Because
I just feel he was unfairly targeted, and he was part of that time period where it was popular to just cancel everybody that people didn't like, and they had a little reason they were going to do it, and he fell victim to that, and he deserves justice for what happened to him, and he'll get it, I think. And he's going to, you're right, Neil, he'll get a settlement, because the NFL, and Phil, you're right, they're not going to open the discovery on this, because the things that will come out will not look good for the NFL. I guarantee.
Absolutely not.
Well,
Yeah,
and the thing too about Gruden is that he loves football because
does.
he's told you that a billion times. Do you love football? Like, this guy is
And he'll coach
insane.
again. He will absolutely
He's
coach
insane.
again.
This isn't about the money. He's going to get a nice check. He's never going to have to work a day in his life. His family is going to be set up for generational wealth.
Yeah.
But this man truly loves to coach.
And he's good at it.
The sad thing is, it's going to be sad for Barstool Sports when he leaves, because he's been a big part of their programming and their stuff for the last year or so.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens.
My question though would be, is that part of this was the racial insensitive remarks that he made towards NFL union leader and all that stuff, and I think it is.
Don't remember that.
Right. There are those questions. That's why I think it's a hard sell to sell your fan base that you bring him back with all that baggage and all that luggage when you have a lot more options if you're an NFL team. That's kind of why I'm saying that it could be a college team that he finds himself on.
He might start in college.
Right. Well, yeah, either way. But I do wonder how one is a leader of men, how one is a leader of a predominantly Black sport athlete group, and as far as football goes, especially in the South, if he were to go there, with those racial remarks. I
don't remember the details, so it's hard to talk about it. But I can just say, not looking at that because I don't remember, but I guarantee you, there's people in leadership roles all over sports that have maybe said something in jest or in comment. You know how guys are, locker room talk. We all say stupid things, especially when we're younger. I guarantee you, things that were said that could be taken out of context, that could be taken as, you guys are just a bunch of racist. I think everyone has that moment somewhere in their life. It doesn't mean they're racist. There's a lot more to it than that, in my opinion. But I don't know what he said or what his details. I don't know him personally. I don't know his heart. That's between him and God. He'll have to figure that out. But if he's truly a racist and he truly hates a certain minority or ethnicity, yeah, I mean, he should not be anywhere around it. I would agree 100% with that. I just don't know what he is. I have no clue. I can't judge. I can't judge the man. That's not my job.
That being said, Neil, I do agree with you. The man does love football. You can see that he's got the fire, the burning passion, and all that stuff. Even with the Barstool stuff, I think he's an entertainment product, man.
He is.
I agree
for sure.
He'll be back in football.
Speaking of entertaining, nice segue there, Neil. Notice how I pat myself on the back. So apparently, Mr. Ben Johnson, the new head coach of your Chicago Bears, has had some things to say about Mr. Caleb Williams. Now, there's been a lot of talk. There's been videos floating around of him missing a bunch of targets in some practice thing.
I've seen it, yeah.
And it's like, listen, training camp is training camp. It's really hard to get a bead on things one way or the other. unless you're Shitter Sanders and everything you do is godly and you have just reached the pinnacle of your sport already. But Mr. Ben Johnson acknowledged legendary. Oh, we got to every time it plays, we got to wait for it. New head coach Ben Johnson acknowledged that Caleb Williams, he's making strides in practice, but they have a 70% completion rate for the team, and they haven't reached it consistently yet. So, Johnson said that Williams is still developing. His progress is incremental, and his accuracy is trending up. So he's saying all the right things. He's giving props to Caleb Williams. Listen, Caleb Williams, he was in a pretty rough, lousy situation last year. So of course, it's almost like he's starting over.
Last 2 years.
Last 2 years,
Oh yeah,
because we look at his senior year at SC, he had no offensive line.
No,
oh, that's true.
He ran for his life.
Oh, you're talking about for last year of his senior.
And if you look at the issues that they're identifying that he had, that they're fixing and that are getting better, it's his footwork. Big thing was his footwork and mechanics, right?
Yeah.
And the guy was always trying to make the play because he was the only one that could make the play in the last 2 years. I mean, he tried to do more than he should, right? And it's getting him out of that mentality that's going to make him better because his ceiling is so high.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So I think Ben Johnson's probably the best thing that could have happened to Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I think,
and to the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks as if Ben Johnson is just absolutely chopping the man down because he grew, if he's a tree, he grew in the absolute wrong direction. So he's trying to get him back to a base to where he can polish him. And then because inherently, a lot of that creativity, a lot of that Mahomesian things that you saw, the improvisational skills, he believes will be in there intact, regardless of if he can give him good fundamentals, good things to base everything off of, go through your reads, go through your progressions, yada, yada.
Guys, so what do you say we do this for another hour, huh?
That's
Okay.
Let's do another
Yeah,
hour.
all NFL in the next hour. So come back and join us for hour 2 of the Weekend Warriors. I got some great topics to talk about. Can't wait to get into it. It's the Weekend Warriors right here on 1580, The Fanatic. Rawr.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
O'Reilly. Stay cool this summer with AC Pro refrigerant at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get a $15 gift card after rebate with the purchase of select AC Pro refrigerant products that include a hose and gauge. If your vehicle's AC is blowing hot air, beat the heat with AC Pro. Visit your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. Did you know that the Lund Mortgage Team was founded back in 1999? That's right. They're celebrating 25 years in existence this year. And you know what you have to do to stay in business that long? You have to be good at what you do. And the Lund Mortgage Team is not just good, they are great. They have helped thousands of people save thousands of dollars over those 25 years here in the Valley of the Sun. They only lend in Arizona, and they're mortgage brokers, which means they can shop your rate around. They're not tied to just one set of rates. Mortgage rates can get crazy. They can get high. They can get low. There's good times to strike, and there's times to stay on the sideline. Let the Lund Mortgage Team be your coach, be your team leader when it comes to these huge decisions. Call 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940, or you can always check them out at lundmortgage.com. Great website with all the tools you need. Call them today. They're my great friends, and you'll love them. It's the Lund Mortgage Team.
Macy's One Day Sale is the one sale you can't miss because it's our best prices of the month, like jeweled women's sandals for $19.99 and under, 60% off premium bedding from Charter Club, and over half off Alfani 3-piece suits, half off. Plus, it's Star Money Bonus Days, when Star Rewards members can earn rewards even faster. Not a member yet? Join for free and earn $10 in Star Money for every 100 you spend. Today at Macy's. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply. Subject to credit approval.
Your choices matter. By choosing regulated legal gaming in Arizona, you're directly supporting our community. Those dollars help fund schools, support emergency services, protect wildlife, and promote tourism.
Tribal gaming contributions help my community, your community,
our community. Responsible play, real community benefits, making a lasting impact. Visit gaming.az.gov to learn more about regulated gaming in Arizona. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Department of Gaming.
Hey everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. Did you know that the Lund Mortgage Team was founded back in 1999? That's right, they're celebrating 25 years in existence this year. And you know what you have to do to stay in business that long? You have to be good at what you do. And the Lund Mortgage Team is not just good, they are great. They have helped thousands of people save thousands of dollars over those 25 years here in the Valley of the Sun. They only lend in Arizona, and they're mortgage brokers, which means they can shop your rate around. They're not tied to just one set of rates. Mortgage rates can get crazy. They can get high. They can get low. There's good, right? And there's times to stay on the. Let the Lund Mortgage Team be your coach, be your team leader when it comes to these huge decisions. Call 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. Or you can always check them out at lundmortgage.com. Great website with all the tools you need. Call them today. They're my great friends, and you'll love them. It's the Lund Mortgage Team.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's the weekend. Warriors. Warriors come to play. Yeah, here we go.
All right, everybody. It's 11 a.m. on this beautiful Saturday morning. I'm Ralph Rolano alongside my partner in crime, the legend Neil Lynch, and the legendary Philip Amorine in the control room. And this is hour 2 of the Weekend Warriors.
Hey, before I talk about the text line, did we see the text from, was it Lions Girl said good morning to us?
I didn't see it.
Oh,
Is that on
Lisa Wilkinson,
Yes.
our Lions friend that we met at the spot?
We love Lisa.
We
said
love
good morning
Lisa.
to us.
Let's go
Yeah.
to Lion.
Next time we go to the spot, which I'm sure we're going to do again, she'll be there.
She'll be there. So,
God bless
hey, speaking of the text line, if you want to get involved in the show, suggest topics, make comments. If you want to tell us that you thought that the Dak Prescott sounder in our opener was actually Fat Albert, hit us up on the Fanatic.
Here we go.
Yeah, Fanatic text line 888-368-1580, or comment on our live social media streams. That's X, that's YouTube, YouTube and Facebook. And by the way, I think we should create a version of that sounder. You should play it next week when I'm not here. You should just put Fat Albert in there, like hey, hey, ho, hey, or something like that. You should put a Fat Albert clip and replace that. See if anybody notices on the sounder.
I'll get
I'm
right
going
on
to give that assignment to you, Phil. You may work on that.
Oh,
Thank you very
I'll
much.
be right on that one.
I'm sure you won't.
I don't even
All
think
right.
I've seen a live episode of Fat Albert once. Well, not a live one,
I
certainly.
was going to say, I didn't know there was a live one as a cartoon, dude.
Yeah. I've never seen a version of Fat
Never?
Albert. I think I've seen the movie.
He's not
the
old
horrendous
like we are,
movie.
dude.
That's his buddy.
Speaking of
Oh,
awful
yeah,
decisions, I'm just looking at this play-by-play, and my
Wow.
goodness, my goodness.
What play-by-play?
The Browns game. You know, the one where the Philadelphia Eagles are at 7-9, and it's incredible. At the 1st and 10 of Philadelphia's 31, Dillon Gabriel not only was intercepted, but he threw a pick six to Makuba. Do you even know who
Makuba
Makuba is?
Mutombo?
For 75 yards and a touchdown? My God,
Oh.
I don't even know who could do that. My guy certainly couldn't.
Yeah, because your guy can't get in the field.
Yeah, because he's resting from carrying the load of
Because
the
he has a
offense
tummy
all
ache, but
last
we'll
week.
talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Legendary.
I hate that clip, but I love it. I love it. It's so
Cardinal
great.
Arts on the text line says, tuned in as usual. Great show. Ralph Suckett. Thanks, Cardinal.
Aw,
He's like my biggest fan.
we love him for that. You know what? Here's
We
what I
love him
say.
for
Here's
that.
what I say. And this is Ralph's motto in life, clearly, for anybody who's heard him on the Daily Blender. Let your haters be your motivators. That's your life mantra.
Unless you got a fistful of taters.
Dude, give me your tots. No, dude, go get your own. Anyway.
Thank you, Neil.
So listen, we have to continue. There's no discussion about the preseason without let's have a little convo. Let's have a little chat
All right.
about the Minnesota Vikings. And apparently
Minnesota Vikings.
JJ McCarthy
Yeah, he's actually
has had
good.
the best training camp during joint practice with the Patriots, completing 13 consecutive passes, 6 for touchdowns, by the way, and demonstrating improved decisiveness and accuracy. So apparently, Kevin McCarthy's experiment on Mr. JJ,
6 of his passes were for touchdowns.
is going well. That's correct.
6?
They are
Are they running the
optimistic.
full field?
No, there was no defense.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So the coaching staff there, and I think the fans are optimistic. Now again, none of this means anything
Sure they
until September, whatever, the first game of the season. But I think there's hope. There's room for optimism. And if anybody is going to get JJ McCarthy up to speed and make him into a good quarterback, it's going to be Kevin McCarthy.
I
agree.
Okay.
What do you think, Phil?
I'm not so sure. Look, I think preseason, I think you can't very much discern a lot from good, right? Like, I think that there are many ballyhooed stats where it's like, I don't even know. Chase Daniel has thrown for like 13 touchdowns out of 13 attempts. Like,
oh my
like,
God! But I'm sorry. I have to interrupt. I've been calling the head coach of the Vikings the name of the former U.S. representative from California. It's Kevin O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell, yes.
I called him Kevin McCarthy.
Oh, you said Kevin McCarthy?
Oh,
I didn't
even catch that.
You Irish are all the same. Who cares? Y'all look alike. Anyway, Kevin O'Connell, my apologies to him. I would never confuse him with a U.S. representative. I apologize, Phil. Please continue.
So speaking of Kevin O'Connell, I feel very much reinforced in the notion that Kevin O'Connell definitely seems like a floor raiser of a coach. Like, I don't think that you can ever truly be bad with Kevin O'Connell because he can just elevate play, whether or not it's been with Josh Dobbs, whether or not it's been with Kirk Cousins, whether or not it's been whatever. I think that he certainly is a floor raiser. What remains to be seen is I don't know if he has a high ceiling as of yet. Because if we look at like Mike Tomlin, great comparison, right? Because he's a floor raiser, never going to give you a losing season. But where's the success? It happened once, and that feels like the aberration compared to anything else. I don't. It's too early to tell yet. JJ McCarthy, I do think that we will get the best version of him that we can. I worry though, him coming from probably the best Michigan program we've seen ever historically. Like that team was loaded. You look at where that roster went in the NFL. How many of them are starting on the field? I'm just going to ignore you, Rob. Yeah, where they are playing now, and how successful they are even to an NFL level. That was a very successful and very good team that he had around him. I wonder now what you do and how it goes forward. I mean, he still has Justin Jefferson, but the line's not as great as he had in Michigan. And certainly he's coming off of an injury. One hopes that doesn't slow him down too much. I don't know. I have my doubts. I had my doubts going into the draft. I'm very eager to see him just as much as anybody else.
Well, we're going to talk more about them next week, since you're not going to be here next week, because we're going to do the NFC West.
Yes,
and the
please.
AFC West next week. I want you, Mr. Neil.
I want you too, Neil.
I want you.
Show us your cockles.
I want to get into the NFC West just real quick for you and just have you pick your NFC West and what you think. I know you didn't know this was coming, so I'm throwing you a curveball. But NFC West, I mean, we know. Let me set it up for a little bit.
All right.
Matthew Stafford, he's got back issues. That's a big concern for the Rams right now. When you got Jimmy Garoppolo taking first team reps,
well, you never want to be in there.
You don't want to.
That's if he's the answer, you don't want to ask that question.
You don't want to be in that situation. And the kind of back issues he's having, Matt Hasselbeck, former Seahawks quarterback, was talking about it and said that's the kind of thing that lingers on with you. So this could be a big factor this year for the Rams, where Stafford just might not be up to par, and he might miss a lot of time. And even when he's in there, he might be hurting. So with that being said, I'm curious to see, what do you think happens in that division? Give me your preview and your take of that division, since you won't be here next week.
All right. So I think that, and this is going to be a very controversial opinion for you, Ralph, for an obvious reason. I think another bet might be on the table here, just as
he's going to do it.
Of that. So here it is. So number one, I think still, despite the issues with Matthew Stafford, and of course this assumes that he does get healthy and is able to perform, I think that they are in the best position of all the teams in the NFC West to repeat as the division champions.
Okay.
So
you're picking them first.
I picked them first. Like I said, it all depends. They've made a couple of good acquisitions. I hated to see Cooper Kupp go, not because he went to the Seahawks. I just liked him. But we got Devontae Adams, and if now that he's broken up his relationship with Aaron Rodgers, maybe he can get his head screwed on straight and remember how to play like he did with the Packers, which would be awesome. So I think the upside for them is great. I think that second will be the San Francisco 49ers. and I know my wife likes to hear they're going to do well. I think they have to come back from some stuff. They got to get Christian McCaffrey back into the system again.
So you're taking them second?
I'm thinking second. I think that even though they're going to be good this year, I think that ultimately the Niners will fall to the Rams. Like the Rams have just enough to beat them. Now, third, this is where it gets controversial. I'm picking the Arizona Cardinals to finish third. That's right.
We're getting a new host. He's done.
Finish. Yeah. So I think that despite Kyler Murray, they're going to play well enough to get third. And I think that the lowest team there, and again, this is a bet. We're going to make this bet because we made this bet last year and I lost. And I got to pay for a lovely steak dinner at Arrowhead Grill. By the way, Ralph gets his steak well done. What does that say about that man anyway? So
that he's a real man.
Oh my good grief. Okay.
Thundar, this is a live show. I'm not sure why the date's wrong. Sorry.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. So thank you for that. I think the Seahawks are still in rebuilding phase. I think that the quarterback situation is not as good as they'd like it to be. I think it's young. I don't think they have enough experience. I just feel like that they're going to struggle. And again, not because they're horrible.
Stupid.
I know. I think I'm stupid. So again, on the air, I'm putting it out there into the universe so everybody knows.
All right.
I'm making a bet with you, Ralph.
Okay, what's the
if
bet?
The Seahawks finish last in the division, you owe me a steak dinner at Arrowhead Grill. If they finish other than last, I owe you a steak dinner at Arrowhead Grill, and Phil gets to join.
I could bring Phil again.
Either one of us. Phil is going to be included no matter what.
He was there.
So I agree to the bet.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to get into we'll talk about NFC next week. So I absolutely disagree with you from top to bottom. But
well, of course, that's fine.
I mean, all four spots. I
actually think I disagree as well. With
every single spot, you're wrong.
I think so, but I'm not as vehement, Neil. You are like one off on each.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong on every spot.
Oh, I know what yours is going to be, but that's fine.
All right. Well, there's Neil's NFC West. So I think it'll be interesting. Should we go into the AFC North predictions? Okay, so we're doing the North this week. Let's clean up the text line real quick.
The North. King of the North.
The North.
The North remembers.
Let's see here. Text line. This is Sir Drives a Lot says Devontae complaining about Jimmy G, and 2 years later he is stuck with him again. Makes me. I want to be quiet. Raiders. He's a Raider fan.
The Raiders.
True, he's stuck with them.
Oh, if that situation felt like Devontae Adams was more so upset with the situation and that he was going there for Carr, his previous quarterback and teammate, rather than specifically Jimmy G. Although I don't think Jimmy G not being healthy and barely ever getting the ball.
Terrible.
I don't think that helped matters. I don't think it was all on Jimmy G, though.
I agree with that. Thundar the Barbarian is on a text line, says, "Hey guys, I think it's a big ask for anyone of Phil's generation to even know what Fat Albert is. Remember, Cosby got canceled a long time ago. Ralph and Neil, sorry to talk about a different sport, but what the heck is going on with the Dodgers? I hope last night's marks a turnaround, but it's been a tough couple weeks, and Phil is very satisfying to hear you not introduced as Phil the fill-in." Yeah, because he's not a fill-in. He's a big part of this show.
Yeah.
He is an integral part.
He is. Go to the website. Look at the bio. You will see Phil is a glue.
I'm glue.
He's glue.
I'm the dead horse, and I'm being beat.
Thank you. I was just going to go there.
We talked about Dodgers last hour or so. We're not worried. Don't worry about it. Just pretend it never happened and look forward. You'll be fine.
We're on levels. Ralph is still, bet your mortgage on it. Neil's like, I'm pretty sure about it, and I'm 50-50.
You can go back in the podcast and listen.
Absolutely.
And you can see our takes on
exactly.
it.
So.
All right. So let's get into Sir Drives a Lot. One last text says, "Trust me, I know." He's talking about Garoppolo and Devontae.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk AFC North.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
Phil, why don't you go first?
Phil.
So NFC North.
AFC.
Excuse me. See, there
do
we
it
go.
right.
The American Football Conference, my friend.
Absolutely.
Not the National Football Conference.
I think that the North is the most interesting direction, right? Like, because I very much, I think across the board, outside of the Browns, could see any team in the north of the NFC or the AFC win this division of their appropriate divisions. So if we're starting with the AFC North, I guess if I start at the bottom,
okay. I like this.
I'm going to go, because I very much don't believe in them, I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now I get
At the
it.
bottom?
At the very bottom.
What
I
is
think-
wrong with you these last couple of weeks?
Controversial.
Now look, what is the recipe for disaster for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Aaron Rodgers.
maybe if you look at across the way whenever you're playing the Jets last season and you say, you know who's really not doing well and who we actually beat is that Aaron Rodgers guy. Let's bring him onto our team. He's looking slow, he's looking old, and you know what? We're also going to have our best, if not one of our best, defensive players, Cam Hayward. He's going to be holding out of camp late. Like he was one of those who was fine, and then now you've upset him. And let's trade away George Pickens, and we're going to bring back an even more expensive and probably not much aligned with the quarterback, wide receiver. You got Aaron Rodgers. None of it spells well for me. None of it. Not a single thing of it. So I'm going to go with Pittsburgh as being at the bottom of this. I will go Cleveland at number 3 because eventually, when they do turn to Shador, my God, the winning ways are never going to cease.
Stupid.
I would be intrigued to see if they can go 5-0 to end the year. My God. You want to talk about glue? Glue will be all over the walls. All right, so if we go to Cincinnati
That
Bengals.
was really needlessly descriptive, by the way.
Thank you very much. Cincinnati Bengals are going to be my second team. I have a very high vomit point against teams that do not address big issues. And not only did the Cincinnati Bengals not address their defense as a whole, they are neglecting it beyond that. They also didn't address their offensive line, which was pretty bad last season. And you don't have one of the more mobile quarterbacks in the league. You have Joe Burrow, who's not exactly a Tom Brady statue, but he's pretty darn close. So I think when you are putting all of your hopes and dreams on that offense, and you're not putting it in the foundational pieces, the pillars that are the offensive linemen and what make up a good offense, I have worries. And I think that the Baltimore Ravens will be the king of the North yet again. I think it is almost just a formality at this point. I dare say that I think that they will be vying for, if not the number 1 seed in the AFC this season.
Neil?
All right, real quick. I actually agree with Ralph. Not Ralph, it's Phil, the other guy.
And also, I'm sorry, I don't have the Bengals making the playoffs.
Okay, interesting. All right, so here's my predictions. I actually agree with Phil. I think the Steelers are going to finish last.
You're both stupid.
God bless you.
I think the circus is going to be too much for them. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to absolutely embarrass himself and embarrass the Steelers organization, and it's going to be a season to forget for this organization. So I predict chaos and humiliation for that team.
Amen. Here.
The third place team is going to be the Cleveland Browns.
Legendary.
I think the quarterback situation is going to be a distraction. They have a strong defense that's going to keep them around, but they just have too many questions on the offensive side, and the whole Shador Sanders drama. I mean, what's the latest? He's out now with an oblique strain.
He's got a tummy ache.
No, he's got an oblique. That is a
tummy ache.
medicinal.
Daddy came over and rubbed it for him. I heard
People have died over less in the plague era.
Tummy hurts.
In the plague era, that's true.
You know what? His stomach hurt so bad because of the autographs that he didn't sign before the game to those little kids that he said, "Nope, I can't sign your autograph."
So
I'm playing.
here's a question. I haven't seen any video of this. Did anybody get video of Shador Sanders walking into the stadium this morning?
No, not today.
This morning, did he come in with his entourage playing hype music?
By the way,
carrying a scythe?
not his entourage. Apparently, I've done research. I've dug into this, by the way.
He made some phone calls?
Yeah. Apparently, those are his teammates, first of all. So not his entourage, first of all. Those are actual teammates on the Browns. And the scythe guy, apparently the scythe guy is always walking around with the scythe. That's his thing. He's just walking around Brown's training camp, and he's the weirdo with it. Everybody calls him odd, Chuxtable, whatever he is. Yeah, he's well,
okay. So moving on from that circus, the Browns are third. I think the Bungles are going to be second. I love me some Joe Shiesty. Sorry, I'm into it. The offense
making the playoffs.
The offense is. I don't know about that. The offense is going to win a bunch of shootouts. The defense, too many questions. Not sure it's going to be. So I'm iffy if they're going to make the playoffs or not. But obviously, I think everybody agrees this is the season for the Ravens. The Ravens are going to probably make the Super Bowl at this point. So
that's pretty bold.
That's pretty bold.
I think they're going to
pretty bold.
I think. Now I want the Bills to get in. It's going to be Bills Ravens in the AFC Championship game.
Also,
but I would not be surprised if the Ravens made it to the Super Bowl. So but from a division perspective, there's no question. It's not even close. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry take that team into the far to the playoffs.
All right. Sir Drives Lot says, time to turn the radio. What a take. I'm not really sure what he's talking about.
All right.
Okay.
We're ready.
So you're both stupid.
All right. Here, let me get it strummed up for you right there. Number 4.
I mean, I predict the Browns go 2-15 this year.
2-15.
2-15 is my prediction for the Browns. I think they're going to be terrible.
God.
Terrible.
The fact that a certain person on this show thinks that poor excuse for a quarterback's even going to be on the roster, we'll see.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think he will
fighting
be.
words.
You know, the only way we talked about this in the blender yesterday, the only way he makes the roster is because of the fan pressure to have him there because he sells tickets. Other than that, there's no talent there. So they're 4th place with that pathetic quarterback room, and Dylan Gabriel probably takes the team over by week 8.
Ew.
Right. That's reality. Sorry, Phil. 3rd place. I got the Bengals in 3rd place. I don't see the Bengals having a good year. I'm not a fan of what they've done. I'm not a fan of what they're doing. I love Joe Burrow, and
you do not.
And all the money
You're
they
a
spent
liar.
on wide receiver, which was a mistake.
Which one, Ralph?
Yeah, exactly. I just think there's a lot of holes there. I don't see them playing well. I think the Steelers will surprise people and finish 2nd. I'm going to tell you why. Mike Tomlin. I don't care who he has at quarterback or what team he's dealt. He always seems to find a way. And I think he'll find a way. And I have a feeling, I don't know why, and I'm not an Aaron Rodgers guy. I don't like Aaron Rodgers, but I got a feeling he's going to have a pretty good year. I think he's going to have a pretty good year, surprising a lot of people because I think he's sick of all the haters out there. And I think he's got one last piece in him that just do it one last time. And I think he has a different year. And I think they could even make the playoffs. I'm not saying they will, but I think it'll be close.
That's
and then, of course,
like
everybody else, I have the Ravens. I mean, they win the division. They're the class of the division. There's no doubt about it. Do they get to the Super Bowl? I don't think so. But I think they're definitely going to be one of the top teams in the AFC this year again.
So we come back from the break. We're going to talk about my favorite topic, the NFC North. Is that correct?
We are going to get into the NFC North when we come
excited.
back. So, yeah. Are we done with Legendary?
Just about. But before we go, so do you have the Steelers in? Remind me, do you have the Steelers in the playoffs?
I think I have them just missing the playoffs.
Just missing. Okay.
Just missing the playoffs.
All right.
Because I think here we go.
Legendary.
It's a Weekend Warriors on 1580 The Fanatic.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
All right, people, serious question time. Did you know that driving high is considered driving under the influence? That's right. Driving under the influence of marijuana is against the law in every state. That means even in states where marijuana is legal. That means driving high could get you a DUI. And if you think law enforcement officers can't tell when you're driving high, well, you're wrong. If you're high, they can tell. Your friends can tell. Your coworkers can tell. Even your parents can tell. Everyone can tell. So what makes you think that law enforcement officers don't know when you're driving high? You'd be wrong. They can tell too. Driving under the influence of marijuana can slow response time and change how you perceive time and speed. So even if you think you're fine to drive when you're high, you're not. Because the bottom line is, if you feel different, you drive different, and driving high is driving under the influence. So remember, drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Peter, hot head. Let's bring the nail gun over here.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
We talk sports. 1580 The Fanatic.
Weekend Warriors on 1580.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Oh,
no. Please come in there.
She's horrible.
Hey, listen, if you want to hear more Taylor Swift, if you want to talk about sports in general, then I think you should hit us up on the Fanatic text line. You've got one more chance to get in here on these comments. We got some good comments coming in. Keep it rolling. We have the Fanatic text line. If you prefer the texting thing, it's 888-368-1580. Or you can comment on our live social media streams. That's YouTube and Facebook.
All right.
Yeah, that was it.
Stop. Done.
So Cardinal Art, who is my biggest fan, is on the text line.
Oh, Cardinal, what's up,
He
Cardinal
loves
Art?
me.
We love ourselves a little Cardinal.
Ralph,
Yeah, we do.
You're out of your rabbit arse mind if you think Shador is a bust, as well as thinking Gabriel is better prospect. Quit hating, because I bet that you will eat those words about that kid. Also, suck it, Ralph.
Legendary.
So I am here to tell you, Cardinal Art, and this other guy on our show, that he is a bust.
That's you, Phil.
I'm telling you. You mark my words. Shador Sanders will be a bust.
A 5th round draft pick.
He's 7th round. He should have been draft pick. He's going to be a bust. He does not have the talent to be a successful quarterback in the NFL. He does not have the capacity, in my opinion. He is so far behind mentally in the quarterback room. They talked about this, how he is like miles behind Dylan Gabriel in the quarterback room as far as grasping the offense and running the team. This daddy's not giving him the playbook that he can read to him in bed at night anymore. So it's not working out. I'm telling you, this kid's a bust. And the only reason they keep him, if they keep him, is because of all the fan pressure that they'll put on them. That's it. You're in Cleveland. You're probably going to win 2 games this year. You got to have something, right? So keep this clown around and have a show. But that's the only way he stays. He's not a good quarterback. I'm sorry. It's not hate. It's reality.
Did you hear what I heard, Neil?
What did you hear?
I heard us gaining some ground because before he used to say that he shouldn't have even been drafted and that he should be in the UFL.
Oh,
but then he
that's
just
true,
said
yeah.
he should be a 7th round draft pick. Oh,
That's
we're
right.
making grounds here, Neil.
He's softening up, man.
Yo, we got him right where we want him.
Play the long game.
He was the first in the history of the NFL draft, Mr. Irrelevant, drafted in the 5th round. Anyway.
Oh, wow.
Thundar's on the text line, says, so I don't follow NFL as closely as my Dodgers, but I don't really think Aaron Rodgers is going to make the Steelers much better. I don't think he has a good year, as Ralph's suggesting. And an old pack 10 or 12 or whatever you want to call guy.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to see him pull it off, but I feel it's more like Brett Favre last year in Minnesota than his first. But yours last
Brett
year.
Favre's last year in Minnesota was brutal. And it ended before the season in injury.
Yeah, and I understand
That's
that, Thundar.
right.
I'm telling you, it's a gut thing. I just have this gut, and I hate Aaron Rodgers. I'm a Pac-12, Pac-10 guy too, but I was never an Aaron Rodgers fan. I just something about me that just thinks he's going to have a good year.
Well, you know what that is. It's that everybody's always been wrong for like the past 3 years with Mike Tomlin saying that this is the year they're going to lead. This is the year that and then it's like, you know what? After some point in time, I'm just going to stop just getting rear-ended in the back here. I'm done. Mike Tomlin, I get it. You're a fantastic coach.
That escalated quickly.
Banana in the tailpipe thing.
Yikes.
Cardinal Art, come on, dude. $100 on a public and a public on-air apology bet, Ralph.
And a public on-air apology.
I will give you. I'm not going to bet you $100, but I'll give you a public on-air apology. But it's not going to happen. You're going to be giving me a public. I will invite you in studio to apologize to me on one knee telling me, you know what? You were right, King Ralph. I
Not-
apologize.
not on both.
Cardinal
How's that?
are, don't worry. I've already got a part of the bet in store.
You're
Me and
invited in
Ralph,
studio.
me and Ralph have a bet saying that if and should and when Shador Sanders makes a start for the Browns this season, I win the bet, and if not, Ralph wins the bet. So he's already lost that one essentially.
And you will come in studio and apologize to me.
Wow.
Well,
Okay, that's weird.
And I'm not a cheap arse. I'm sorry. All right, let's go to the NFC North. That's where our focus is. So, Neil, this is your division.
We're
We're going to start with
Go
you.
Pack. Okay, sorry.
Sell the. Oh wait, sorry, wrong.
Sell the team. Yeah, wrong NFC North.
Let's hear your.
All right, so real quick, I'll go through mine. So, as much as I think the Bears are going to be improved, and I was pretty high on the Bears earlier, and I even said things like I thought they're going to make the playoffs or sneak in maybe. I'm thinking that now that things are kind of shaping up in how they're kind of shaking out in the division, I'm having a hard time putting the Bears better than fourth. I think they're going to finish last again, but I think there's going to be tons of room for optimism. I just think that everybody else is going to be a little bit better.
So just under 500, like a 7-win season, you're saying, or something?
No, I think they'll probably crack 500, but the rest of the division is going to be so good. So I think that, and this is a tough one for me. I'm having a hard time between the Lions and the Vikings as far as who's going to be third. I'm going to pick the Vikings just because J.J. McCarthy is a relatively unproven commodity. I wouldn't be surprised if they finish better, but I think, again, there's going to be optimism for the Twin Cities. I think that they'll be able to sound the Helga horn many, many times. I think they'll be able to play let's go crazy in the end zone when they score touchdowns. This is a very competitive division, and so I think that they won't do as well as I would like them to, but I think they'll finish third, but it's not a shame. It's not a crime at all. I don't think it's any disparagement on them. I think the Lions will somehow figure out a way, because Dan Campbell, don't count that man out. He's going to bite your kneecaps. He's going to do it smiling, right? I think he's going to figure out a way to patch together enough bubble gum and duct tape and baling wire to get these Lions to finish second in the division. They're not going to take the division, but I think they're going to finish second. And I think it's just going to be by pluck or by luck or whatever, they're going to somehow overcome their obvious deficiencies. They're getting Aiden Hutchinson back, so that's going to be awesome. I think they finish second because I think the team that very few are talking about, it's going to be the Green Bay Packers. Da-na-na, da-na-na-na. Go, Pack, go.
Shocking.
There you go.
Phil.
Am I a homer? 1,000%.
Go ahead, Phil.
I'm going to go in from fourth to first here. I've got the Minnesota Vikings fourth. I don't know even about J.J. McCarthy's future prospects. Maybe he'll grow into something. I certainly don't think year one post a devastating season-ending injury such as that, that we're going to see the fully fledged version of him. I think that this is a reset year. Even though I very much believe in the coaching staff, I think that can only go so far if you are being hindered by a quasi-rookie quarterback. So I will have Minnesota Vikings finishing fourth. Number 3, I've got in a losing effort, the Detroit Lions. Look, I think let's go in reverse. Coaching does matter. And I think losing 2 top coordinators, even if you disagree with how they stack as head coaches, they are no doubt top of the line coordinators, and losing them and then filling the positions from within. I think maybe one of the 2 positions could have been from within, but not looking outward. I don't think certainly sets you up for massive success. I have a lot of faith in Ben Johnson. And so if I'm going to be putting a lot of faith in Ben Johnson, I absolutely have to bring him back. Dan Campbell, wonderful culture guy. I think for getting the Detroit Lions out of that malaise that they were, and it was like a generational thing where the Lions are just going to be the Lions, to getting them to a point where other teams are copying their type of build, I think is fantastic. But now once we get to the point where actual expectations are there, I don't know if they have the full juice to continue to do this year after disappointing year. So then that goes to number 2. I believe in Ben Johnson. I think that they will make the playoffs. I think that last game in the season, the Detroit Lions meet the Chicago Bears, and I think that very well could be on the line for a playoff berth. I don't know if it'll be for the division. I doubt it. But I think that will be for the Bears to make it into the playoffs. And dare I say, I think that they will win that. I think that we might see some early struggles, but I think that they will find their footing middle of the season post-bye. I think that that's where we will look towards a more favorable outing for the Bears. Especially, I love their
Bears.
I love their offseason additions of focusing on the line first. Fantastic.
In Ditka, we trust.
Absolutely. Which means, Neil, we are simpatico. It seems this particular episode. I will go with the Green Bay Packers. They're just good, man. It's hard to find something that they're fantastic in, but they have no weak spots. None. Like they have a well-seasoned veteran line that knows how to play with each other. Don't think about it. They have a fantastic overall defense that just is a stout unit, unless they are getting overblown by the Eagles. But that's no fair shake. Everybody kind of does. I think that they're just absolutely fine. That they are an amoeba. They can adjust to whatever the other team's weakness is and be pretty good at it. And I believe in LaFleur. I think it took a season, but now
my wife believes in LaFleur too.
Oh yeah,
but for different reasons.
100%. Yeah, trust me, sports girlies there as well. So Green Bay Packers,
Wow.
I think win the division. I think it'll be a pretty low scoring division. They might be the number 4 seed, but I still think that they win the division.
All right, Ralph, what say you, sir?
This division is hard because it could break so many different ways. Honestly,
yes, it could.
There's
Agreed.
not all 4 of these teams. There's a lot of question marks, in my opinion.
Yes.
All 4 of them, and depending on how those question marks break, will determine how this finishes. So I've just taken a shot in the dark, right? I'm not going to believe in JJ McCarthy just yet. I feel a rookie coming back from an injury. I didn't like him in college. I thought all he did was hand the ball off. He's got a lot to prove.
Yes.
As an NFL quarterback, we'll see if he's up for it. Doing it in practice when there's nobody coming at you is easy to do. This is going to be different. So I'm going to put them at 4th right now. I think they have a depressing year.
We all have them in different positions
Right.
too. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I like them 4th. 3rd is tough for me. It's really tough. I love the Lions, and I love everything about Campbell. I love that team. I'm really scared of the coaching changes because people don't realize what a big deal that is. And when you lose 2 top coaches like that, it's going to have an impact. There's no doubt about it. It's going to impact this team this year. And I think it's going to impact them to a point of being very negative. And I think they're going to finish 3rd.
The job Aaron Glenn did with that defense is
Yeah.
astronomical.
It is.
Look at what he was able to make and construct out of nothing with those injuries
Yeah.
that devastated their defense.
And I think they'll be 3rd, but I think it will be within a game of 2nd. I think
Yeah.
it'll be close.
Yeah.
But I just think that those changes are going to really hurt them. And then you look at the Bears, right? And they're in the same boat, right? I love their quarterback. I think he's extremely talented with a high ceiling. There's no
You have his
surprise
phone
there,
number.
right? I've
Yeah,
got his
he's one
phone
of your
number. He's
top
on my-
contacts in your phone.
He is. I love Ben Johnson as an offensive coach. I think he's going to be great for Caleb Williams. I think it's going to be a matter of how long does it take for things to click with that offense. I love what they've done in the offseason with the people they brought in, the line. I think the defense is going to be good. I think Montez Sweat's going to have a big year. I think the Bears have a legitimate shot at contending for the division and finishing 2nd if things click and everything goes right. Right.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to pick them 2nd.
Okay.
The Packers are probably the one team in the division that had the least amount of question marks going into the season, which is why you have to pick them first, right? They're pretty much set on what they're going to do on their personnel and what they have. There's not really any big changes there. So how do you not say, hey, based on that alone, you have to pick them to win it? But I'm telling you right now, any one of these 3 teams outside of the Vikings, in my opinion, can win this division. The Lions can win it. The Bears
Fair
could
enough.
actually win it, and the
Fair
Packers
enough.
can win
I
it.
would-
But
I would agree.
I'm gonna say Packers first for now, with the Bears and the Lions right there.
So everybody, all at once. Dun, 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 dun.
Go, Pack, go.
I can't.
Thank
do
you
that.
very much.
All right, so that's where we're at. Let's see. We got a text from Cardinal Art saying, "No knee bending here. Aren't you married?"
See, he was picking up what I was laying.
See,
down
my knee
or
bending and
whatever.
your knee bending had different meanings, but anyway.
Oh no, I knew what you meant. All right, man.
All right, that's the NFC North. I think we're all pretty much on the same page for the most part.
I think for the most part.
Yeah,
I think
we all
next
had the
week's-
Packers. I think. Well, Neil,
Packers
who
and
did you have
Ravens.
coming in 4th? You said the Bears.
I said the Bears.
So
And
that
again,
was-
I'm not listen, the NFC North, like Ralph alluded to, it's tough, and I'm not completely sold on any of my picks in there. It really, to me, the only thing that's kind of certain is the Packers are going to win the division, but the other three spots, who knows? You roll dice.
It can
at
go
this point.
anyway.
Roll the dice.
And next week, in my opinion, the two best divisions to talk about, NFC and AFC West.
That's AFC West for sure.
Yeah,
I think they're both going to be fun to talk about for different reasons.
I'm checking out of that conversation
because I think the
I'm
NFC
going on
West
vacation.
is going to be surprising how we're going to pick it. I think people are expecting certain things, and I don't think they're going to see that.
Yep.
And I think the AFC West as well. I think there's some prize picks in that one too, because there's some interesting shifts going on. So outside of somebody,
Well, I can already tell you what Ralph's going to pick. He's going to pick the Seahawks to win, and then he's going to pick the Raiders to win.
I will say this, and I don't put a lot of stock in preseason, but I do put stock in scheme that they do run in preseason. And the one thing that I do love right now
base 3-4
that I'm seeing in Seattle is the run game and how they're zone blocking and how they've changed their methodology, because they've been running the heck out of the ball.
Yeah, you
right off
love
the-
Genty -1 for the first game. That's an entire game.
If you had a chance to watch that Seattle preseason, I know it's preseason, but we finally got to see Darnold throw, and Darnold looked good for one series, and then he was out. But the offense, I mean, they put up almost 500 yards yesterday on the Chiefs. It's the scheming and the change in the offense. I like the change. I hope it carries into the season. We'll see. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a break. And I think when we come back, where he play now?
It's game show time.
We have a new show, a new game from our game guy, our game god, Phil, titled Where He Play Now. It's the Weekend Warriors right here on 1580, The Fanatic.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
More fiber and laxatives, eh? Who are you? I'm future you. Future me? Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
To all my friends in Arizona, you don't need Gary Kaltbaum to tell you that your power costs are going up astronomically year after year. Last year, APS had a huge rate increase, which impacted so many families. This year, it's SRP's turn. There is a good chance that the federal solar tax credit, your hard-earned federal tax dollars that you will receive and that pays 30% of your solar system, may be going away at the end of December. But I'm here to tell you about the Solar Sandy solution. Don't regret not going solar now. The Solar Sandy solution strives to achieve zero power bills, or very close to zero. And for over 10 years, my friend Solar Sandy has been helping Arizona families and getting them the federal and state tax credit that helps pay for it. When those bills go up, there's nobody helping you pay your increased power bills. So go to AskSolarSandy.com. That's AskSolarSandy.com and fill out her kilowatt worksheet today. That's AskSolarSandy.com.
We could tell you what it's like to drive on Rogue and tell you about its capabilities, like its VC turbo engine, its impressive fuel economy. Still going. It's I can go virtually anywhere type of freedom. Nice. But you don't have to take our word for it. Go drive it for yourself. You're up. Experience the power of the Nissan Rogue.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today.
For well-qualified buyers, excludes S-Trim. Example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to Nissan Motor Acceptance Corporation credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 8/4/25.
He gives you sports news, interesting facts, and commentary. Mostly with that shit-eating grin on his face. I'm a sexy beast. He's Jeffrey O'Brien. Catch him weekdays on the Daily Blender. Only on 1580 The Fanatic.
Maybe the Fanatic. Yeah, we had some of the worst bumper music today ever.
It was either this or Black Betty.
We'll get banned in Russia for both. All right. We have Blissful Hayes on Facebook saying, "What do you think about what Keenan Allen said about Caleb Williams?" I didn't catch that.
I didn't catch that either, actually.
Nope, neither did I.
So we have no opinion.
Yeah, that's right. We don't know.
Let us know what he said. I mean, I didn't hear anything. Did
All
he
right.
say he looked pretty in his new nails, or
I'm pretty excited about this new game we're going to do here.
Are you?
I'm super excited.
I don't know what it is, but I'm really looking forward
Apparently,
to it. So,
Keenan Allen said that Caleb Williams is a selfish player and he's all about himself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that fits. That tracks. That's the kind of people Ralph likes. So
that's not a good thing to be saying.
Yeah, that's very not. So we'll have to see how that shakes out. Maybe we'll look more into it.
I got to look more into that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so gentlemen, I find to be one of the big things of the offseason is that sometimes it's hard. You know, the lay person, not us professionals, but the layman doesn't know like where everybody is. You know, you start tuning on the TV and you're like, all right, wait, where's Patrick Mahomes play now? But you know, he's still with the Kansas City Chiefs. But there are some other players, some well notable players that are playing in new places. So let's play a new game called Where He Play Now. I will go to each of you, and you will both tell me. I will give you a player, and I'll give you 3 options. I thought you were going to play the Carmen Sandiego. Oh, that would have been. That would have been. We should have coordinated. Absolutely. Next time. Here we go. I'll go to each of you, and you have to tell me where he goes out of the 3 options and where he's going to be playing this upseason.
That's multiple choice.
Yeah, you get it right, you get a point, and you miss out on where the player landed this offseason. And well, I don't even think that this is a punishment for Ralph, but I will play. I will give a pearl of Taylor Swift trivia. That is, since she has gone on the New Heights podcast this week, and it was all Taylor, all a buzz. I know Ralph probably already has them all memorized, but just in case. All right, so are we ready, gentlemen?
We're ready. Yay.
All right, here we go. Ralph.
Yeah.
Let's start off easy here. Where did former Vikings ghost whisperer Sam Darnold end up to start this season?
He is the #1 quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks.
Ding, ding, ding. A point on the board for Ralph. Neil.
You need to get a buzzer.
Absolutely. Neil. What? Where did former one-man super spreader Aaron Rodgers end up to play in what could be his final season? Are we looking at A, the Cowboys, B, the Steelers, or C, the Vikings?
Despite everybody's best efforts, he ended up at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That is indeed correct. All right, gentlemen, you guys are too good and obviously very studied. So we're going to get a little bit harder as we go.
Oh,
Ralph,
she said.
Who did former Packers cornerback Jair Alexander sign a deal to play with for this upcoming season? Was it A, the Ravens, B, the Bills, or C, the 49ers?
I'm going to go with B, the Bills.
B, the Bills. Neil, tell him that he's wrong and where he's playing.
He's playing with A.
Playing with A, the Ravens, indeed. Ralph, just so you know, and again, I know that you know this, Taylor Swift's brother's first name, his name's Austin. There we go.
Why do I care about that?
Indeed. Now we'll go to Neil. Where did the older Bosa, Joey Bosa, end up signing for this upcoming season? Is it the A, Cowboys, B, the Bills, or C, the Commanders?
Oh, I forgot. Let's see the Commanders.
It is not. It is B, the Bills. Oh, unfortunately, now we're going to have to tell some more of what Ralph already knows. In what year was Taylor Swift given Time Magazine Person of the Year Award? 2023.
2023.
Who cares?
All right, there we go. All right, Ralph, where did former husband to Kelsey Plum, Darren Waller, end up getting traded to for this upcoming season? A, the Raiders, B, the Dolphins, or C, the Bears? Darren
the
Waller.
Dolphins.
B, the Dolphins is indeed correct. Well,
Yeah.
Ralph.
Yeah.
I don't even know why you
Walrus.
doubted it. Absolutely.
Nice job.
Good. No Taylor Swift.
Came out of retirement. Good for him. Neil.
Yes.
Where did former one-year wonder for the Steelers, Justin Fields, is going to the QB this offseason? Is it A, the Giants, B, the Jets, C, the Saints?
He went to the Jets.
Indeed, he did. Sorry, Taylor. We'll wait one more time, I'm sure. Ralph, which team acquired the right to play Evan Ingram this upcoming season? Is it A, the Denver Broncos, B, the New York Giants, or C, the Los Angeles Chargers? A, the Denver Broncos, of course. Yeah, and praise B, heaven forbid. All right, here we go. Neil.
Yes.
Praise be.
Former number one overall draft pick for a player who will start a fight after getting denied the ball on a Hail Mary pass to end the game. George Pickens, where is he playing this season? A, the New England Patriots, B, the Cowboys, or C, the Jaguars?
I forgot. I think he's at the Jaguars.
Oh, that is incorrect. And unfortunately for Ralph, we have to do one more pearl of wisdom that he already knows.
Let's hear it.
Which the female pop star that the song "Bad Blood" is said to be about
Katy Perry.
is Katy Perry. Indeed, Neil. I'm so
pathetic.
You're welcome. All right, Ralph. Speaking of Taylor Swift's #1 fan, where did gas mask Laramie Tunsil get traded to this offseason? A, the Commanders, B, the Colts, or C, the Buccaneers?
C.
C, the Buccaneers. Oh, is wrong. So we're going to be going. It is A, the Commanders.
Mark Taylor Swift.
Yes. Taylor's re-recording of her albums in a long flight to get her masters back is labeled Taylor's version. Yes. If you like the album one time, you can listen to it again. All right, Neil.
Yes.
Where did Chef Brandon Cooks decide to go play for this upcoming season? Are we looking at the Patriots, the Texans, or the Saints?
Patriots.
Oh, Neil, it is the Saints, unfortunately.
The Aints.
The Aints, indeed.
I gotta listen to this.
All right, so the famous actor Taylor Swift
Jake Gyllenhaal.
No. Miles Teller stars as the
yeah.
groom in Taylor's "I Bet You Think About Me" music video.
Oh yeah.
Miles Teller, fantastic.
I think you're going to talk.
Why do you know this?
I think you're going to talk about All Too Well.
No,
What
I
is the
know. That's
deal?
10 minutes, absolutely. Ralph, where did this is an easy one, okay? Where did Mac Jones decide to Mac it up this upcoming season?
Mac it up.
The Texans, the Steelers, or the 49ers?
Mac it up, mac it in. Let me
Texans?
begin.
A, the Texans is wrong.
Where is he?
He's going to Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers.
All right,
Is
let's
he? I
hear
didn't
some
know
T
that.
Swift trivia. Go.
In 2008, Taylor attended the Grammys for the first time after being nominated for Best New Artist, and she skipped her senior prom in order to attend it.
Nobody wanted to take her.
Oh my
gosh, she's ugly.
She's not ugly.
Oh my gosh.
Brutal. All right. Neil, where did NFL journeyman Calais Campbell decide to pack up his rap suck and head off to for this upcoming offseason? All right. A, the Cardinals, B, the Jaguars, or C, the Ravens?
The Jaguars.
Oh, come on.
No.
It's the Cardinals.
It's back to the Cardinals, which
Oh.
means
I even gave you the answer because I didn't want to hear this.
Taylor
Trying to
Swift
give you the answer.
grew
I
up,
ignored him.
grew up in Pennsylvania in the town of Wyomissing. Yeah. Indeed.
I think this game is worth it just to get
No,
Ralph,
it's not.
Just to see Ralph's reactions to everything.
Ralph, this
All right, here we go.
one, you can get it with your eyes closed. Where has former Broncos legend quarterback Zach Wilson found himself backing up this particular season? A, the Packers, B, the Jets, or C, the Dolphins?
Jets.
Oh, incorrect.
No, it's the Dolphins.
It's the Dolphins. And
No. Stop.
Let's do it.
Taylor Swift opened in 2007 for his summer tour of Penny Chesney. Look at that.
Cares?
There we go. Penny Chesney.
She's terrible.
Neil, this one's a pretty hard one, so you're gonna have to think about what this one. Neil, where is he elite Joe Flacco found a starting job in the NFL
Better
this
get
season?
this.
A, the Panthers, B,
No.
the Cowboys, or
the
C,
Browns.
the Browns. Yeah, C, the
Thank
Browns.
God.
Very good, Neil. Point to you. Ralph, this one,
Yes.
this one's a walk in the park. All right.
Yeah, everyone is. Go ahead.
Where has former Ravens wide receiver Deontay Johnson found himself this season? A, the Browns, B, the Steelers, or C, the Bengals?
Steelers.
Steelers is where he originated from, and that is also incorrect. He is now on the Browns, probably playing right now with trying to catch balls from a,
He's
from a
not
very
listening
small
to
man.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, he's not. But speaking of Taylor Swift, oh God. So Taylor Swift named an inflatable snake that appeared on stage during her Reputation Stadium tour, Karen, with a Y.
Was it green?
It very well could have been.
Anyway.
And last one here, Neil. And Neil, if it's all right, if you don't, if you don't get this one correct, Neil, it's totally fine. Like
Okay.
It's totally
Got it. All right.
fine.
I'm gonna botch it intentionally. Go ahead.
Where is Danny Nichols playing quarterback this fine season? For those who aren't familiar with the nickname, Danny, Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones. Where is he playing quarterback this offseason? The Indianapolis Colts, the Houston Texans, or the Atlanta Falcons?
Falcons.
No!
The Indianapolis Colts. Which
Oh, darn.
Which means, fortunately for you, Neil, to learn a little bit more Taylor Swift
I'd love
knowledge,
to. Go ahead.
and for Ralph's
Just to watch
annoyance.
Ralph squirm.
The namesake of the song "Dear John" is apparently John Mayer for Taylor Swift, and that has been where he played. Thank you.
I hate that game.
I love this game.
I hate
This
it.
game. I want to take Ralph's blood pressure right now. It's probably
It's aggravated.
It's like 200 over
I
150
can't understand
right
this
now.
whole Taylor Swift thing with people.
Which was more aggravating, Ralph getting it wrong, the Taylor
Yes.
Swift, no,
Yes.
the Taylor Swift trivia afterwards,
Yes.
or Neil not knowing some ones that you knew.
All of it.
That's funny.
Anything Taylor Swift was aggravating.
It was so great to watch.
If you haven't had a chance, you should go listen to the podcast. It's fascinating. Biggest takeaway, 2 takeaways. One, Sports Girlie's biggest takeaway for that podcast interview is that me and her are Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, which of course, self-grandiosing.
Okay.
And then,
Go ahead.
and second one is sourdough bread is in, apparently.
Hefty Lefties on the text line says 5-star high school recruit Golden Arm from Blue Mountain State was in 2008. Taylor Swift hit You Belong With Me music video. I have no idea.
There we go.
And then Regal Beagles on the text line is Phil using a long, skinny microphone like Gene Rayburn used in the Mets.
I love that.
All right. Hey, thanks for spending part of your weekend with us once again. Great show, except for that last piece
It
with
was
Taylor
the best
Swift.
part of the show.
Don't go buy her albums. Don't listen to her music. It's absolute garbage. All right. That's my take. Anyway. Hey, thanks for joining us. We will be back again next week. Same
Not me.
bat time,
Yeah,
same
we'll
bat
miss
channel
you,
without Neil Lynch.
I'll be gone for 2
What
weeks, but I'll be
will
back.
we do? Simple. We'll get a fill in. It's the Weekend Warriors right here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Bye, Neil.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers